there trying to figure out what Phil would have check-called so quickly on the flop with, only to check the turn and then lead the river.
I feel like you have the queen. Just in case you're betting the 9, I'm going to put it out there.
No, you got it. Good call.
Come on, you got to show your hand and win the pot.
I know.
I said you won.
Okay, good.
He don't play like this, Phil. Show him your
No,
hand.
this is a good example for the American public. Because,
He's a cheap.
Because no, let me. He's a
cheap limit player. Turn your hand up.
This is a good lesson for the American public. When someone
Anybody in
bluffs
the
on the
world.
end and they say, you got it,
Right.
you're supposed to flip your hand and win.
No, you're not. No, you're not. This is a good lesson for the American public. You're exactly right.
Phil.
Let me talk, Sam, for a second.
You're wrong.
When you say good call, you throw your hand in the muck, and then I can throw my hand in the muck and take the pot.
No, that's not the way it is.
No.
You got to show the win.
Okay,
I'll bet you
no.
$10,000.
You can bet whatever you want to. You're out of your mind. When I say I call,
Let me tell you how stupid you are. Let me tell you
I'm
why you're wrong.
listening.
You don't want him flipping his hand over because he might have misread his hand.
He might
so
have.
why do you want him to see his cards?
I don't want to see his cards. I want his cards to hit the muck. I don't want you to see my cards. That's what I want, okay?
I
don't want you to see my cards. I don't want you to see what I called. I don't want to see your cards.
Now I want to see it.
I do not.
I want to see them both. Both hands are allowed to be.
Phil, I do not want to see your cards.
I
want to see Bobby's cards.
I don't want to.
I didn't want to see them before.
I don't want to see your cards, Phil.
I'll bet you. Can I make? Can I make a point?
I love you to death.
Sam,
I'm just saying, I don't want to see
Mike,
your cards.
can
I just
make a
don't want
point?
anybody to see my
I
cards.
bet you $10,000 that it's good that the proper poker etiquette is you're supposed to show your hand.
That's $1 million to 1, but he don't know poker etiquette.
Mike, hey, listen,
He's been on the island.
Sam, I know that you, Sam, I know you know what the proper
We
etiquette
don't
is.
have poker etiquette
And I know he knows
on
what
the
the
Lake of
proper
a
etiquette
Thousand
is.
Islands.
But let me
in
China.
He's been eating rice
Somebody
and
flip
crab
these guys'
meat.
hands up. This is
No.
Stop the clock and get at the floor.
All I want to do is bet him 10,000 so the public
Turn your
wins.
hand up. Damn.
Sam, you know I'm right.
I know you are.
You want to bet or not?
I don't want you.
Do you want to bet or not?
I don't want you to turn your hand over.
Hello.
Do you want to bet?
I don't want you to. I don't want to bet.
Okay,
I don't want to
it's bad
bet.
etiquette.
I don't want to bet.
It is
and I don't want
bad
to. I don't want you to turn your hand over.
It's bad etiquette.
I don't want.
Is this how you're going to run things here?
I don't want you to
Is this how you're
bet.
going to run things here?
Hold on.
I'm not going to play anymore if this is the
I
way
just
they're gonna
don't want
run
to show
things,
my
Maury.
hand.
Executive producer Maury Escandani and South Point Tournament Director Harold Norman on the scene.
Please, then here. What happened?
Okay.
What's going on?
Well, I've been another 5 minutes.
Bet out.
No. Can I say one more thing, please, Maury? Yes, I want to say one more thing. By the rules of poker, I have to show my hand first.
Right.
I'm not betting the rules of poker.
We all know
I'm
that.
betting etiquette.
Oh, I knew what etiquette was.
That's bad etiquette. And in the old days, can I finish? In the old days,
Oh, we're doing old days etiquette.
99 out of 100 players followed poker etiquette.
No new school
This is a bad example. This is a guy that will
From
slow
Mary-
roll you
from
and doesn't
Mary.
follow
That's
etiquette.
not true.
And he won't bet it. I'll lay you 3 to 1. I'll lay you 3 to 1 on the etiquette. I'll lay you 3 to 1 on etiquette. Yes or no?
I will slow roll you
Yes
after
or
you slow
no?
roll me.
Yes or no? No. Okay, let's go. There's my hand.
Helmuth turns his cards up, which will force Jean Robert to show his if he wants the
I
pot.
did not want to show my hand. That's all.
You would have had to anyhow if somebody wanted to see it.
That was a great call. We thought you had 4 aces.
Virginia in his first World Series. Now the flop is 9-8 ace. Oh, Sheik's not happy.
Oh, he pounds the table. That's inappropriate. He's indicating that he would have gotten part of that flop. That's giving information to the other players you should not give.
You know, we're in a hand. You need to shut the up.
Uh-oh.
What did you say, Mike?
Mike.
What did you say, Mike? Did you say something?
I got it.
Did you say something to me, Mike? Oh, you don't get a penalty for that?
What happened?
You didn't hear what he just said?
We're in the middle of a hand. He's talking about what he has in his
You didn't hear
hand
what he
to
just said?
everybody.
I'm asking a question, Jack. Did you hear what he just said to me?
No, I did not.
Right or wrong?
What was your said?
He said, I'm in the middle of a hand. You need to shut the up. Quote unquote.
Okay, is that what was said?
Tournament official Jack Effel refereeing.
We're gonna play the remainder of this hand, and I'm gonna explain to you what's gonna happen here.
So we'll all have to wait for Jack Effel's decision. So Mattisau wins the pot.
You're an idiot.
You cannot talk about a hand in between a hand. We're
I
playing
didn't
for a
say a
lot of
word.
money. You jumped off your chair like you threw away part of the pot.
Guys, listen. We're not gonna.
You ship it, it's a shipwreck.
You want to gamble? I'm not here to ladder, I'm here to win it. I'm not laddering. Play for the win, right? You doing the same? Or are you going to wait for the next page jump at 15? 90K is 90K, right? That's the main event for the next 9 years.
Griffin looks like he'd just as soon get on with it.
Clock. I think I might have to.
You're just an abusive person, man. It's not funny. It's not a game.
Abusive? Why
You're being abusive to me.
How am I being abusive?
You're being abusive. It's called verbal abuse. What you're doing to me is verbal abuse.
You're not even gaining any information. He's
what
not
you're
talking
doing
to you.
is verbal abuse.
Why is
You're
it
a bully. It's rude. It's mean.
It's called speech play.
It's not about.
I'm
No,
giving
it's
heads
not
up.
called speech play. It's called being a bad person. You should
How's a
really
bad
check
person?
yourself.
Why? Why
Check your privilege.
This is called speech play.
Check your privilege.
I'm trying to get information.
Check your privilege. You're a rude person.
I'm not a rude person.
You're a rude person. It's verbal abuse. This is what it feels like. See, now you're looking. He's not your daddy. He's not going to help you. Stop. No one is going to help you.
You don't need to go and tell.
No one is going to help you.
It's called speech
The
play.
bet
Heads
is
up.
5.6 million
Heads up.
chips.
5.6.
That is what the bet is.
5 chips. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I'm trying to get information from you.
No, you're verbally abusing me.
It's not verbal abuse.
Yes, it is. Ask anyone else here. Your word against theirs.
You want to gamble? Okay, I'm all in.
I call.
Let's go.
No king, no more Kasuf.
Look it out there.
Any kings about? Ping.
Show me 3.
Come on! Come on! Has he got me covered? Can we get a count?
He has tripped jacks. David Clark jacks up Ivy with a nut flush draw.
Ivy, the youngest ever to win 5 bracelets, but he's never won one in a Hold'em event.
Duffy bet 28-25. Clark folded. Ivy reaching and makes the call. So Ivy with his draw will go heads up against Duffy, a San Francisco contractor with the big lead there. Turn card now is an 8 of spades, and what a card. Duffy hits his full house. Ivy hits the nut flush.
What a disaster card for Team Ivy. I'm on Team Ivy, Lon. This is going to cripple us.
Wow. Duffy will bet it, of course, 23-75. Now to Ivy. The nut flush. What do you do when you're a big pro with a nut flush, Norman?
Well, it's not going anywhere. You smooth call or you raise.
Yeah, it is a raise. 9,000. 9,000 total would make it 66-25 to Duffy to call, and he does.
And Duffy, just with that smooth call, you got to like that play from the contractor.
Ivy checking out Duffy's stack. Wondered if he could take the rest of it here. Duffy earns the check mark. Of course, he's got the full house. And he checks it.
We saw Daniel Negreanu go out set against set in an earlier day 1 session. Here, Ivy with a nut flush against a full house, staring at disaster.
Ivy bets enough to put Duffy all in.
What's Duffy waiting for?
Not much. Here he goes. And there is the full house.
Yeah, well, got the nuts.
Huh?
Got the nuts.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
I know.
Why are you standing up for?
Why shouldn't it be? I mean, there's something wrong with standing up.
Why are you standing up when you got the nuts, like you're getting ready to leave?
If you're the kings, I don't know. If you're pocket kings, you have me.
Okay.
Wasn't the nuts.
Okay.
Phil in a cranky mood? I don't like that.
Never mind. We just look at things differently.
A clearly frustrated Phil Ivy. The nut flush was not good enough, and Duffy takes most of his chip. Is going to raise the action. Bird makes it 390,000.
I'm all in.
And Dave Elliott's going to turn up the heat.
A good read from Devilfish.
Midline got out of the way. Bert Boutin calls him. Boutin at risk and trailing.
Omaha hands sometimes are like Rorschach tests. They're tough to figure out. They're taking a look to see who's ahead. And, of course, it's Devilfish with 2 pair.
I like my hand.
Indeed he does.
Come on, one time. Let me beat Betty.
He would love to get back at Bert Boutin here and retake the chip lead. That is Bert's fiancée, Sue Ellie Moses. She knows her man's in trouble.
And Bert is not on the move for this one. All in for his tournament life.
Jack of 419. We don't want to see any of that.
Any one of those cards would trump Elliott's hand.
And now the turn card. And there's the 9!
Oh, boy.
Wow.
The straight for Boutin, and Devilfish now could be crippled if he doesn't rally back.
Bert Boutin on the verge of taking over the chip leadership.
And Devilfish on the verge of a bad mood.
Wow. I'm in such bad shape here. Disgusting. I saw this. Yeah, don't.
If we get a 10 on the river, we'd have a split pot. They both have identical straights. Otherwise, Devilfish needs a 7 or a 6 to knock out Bert Boutin.
And now the river card. It is a queen, and the queen high straight now wins the hand for Bhutan. He more than doubles up. And Devilfish only at once the chip leader is indeed crippled.
Yeah, he was in good shape.
Crippled and in a crappy mood.
You got all your morons over there screaming.
Hey, buddy, those are American morons. Lay off.
What a win for Bert Bhutan.
It's amazing. As soon as this guy sits down to deal, I know. Jack a 4 or 9, and I can't avoid it. Huh?
I think Devilfish could use a Red Bull.
Nobody is safe when he gets in one of his dark moods.
Well played, Bet. Well played. That's the best way to do it. Get it in there with a piece of and get lucky, buddy.
Not exactly a clinic on how to lose with grace.
Like you do every time against me. There you go. Give it to the player over there. Well played. Well,
like you haven't got lucky. I've seen you put in more garbage to get here.
Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it, bro.
Yeah, that's.
You had a good hand. Well played.
Thanks.
You know, Devilfish actually strikes me as a more profane Phil Hellmuth when he takes a bad beat.
That's just like disgusting.
Answer the question, how much did you go sell?
About 100. About 100,000. I put 100,000 in my pocket.
Where did you get so hard though, Freddie?
So who said I went south? Anyway, that's what I want to know.
I did.
No, serious.
I did.
No, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it.
Obviously you do it. That's why you're so worried about it.
I do, yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm just kidding.
Okay,
Freddie,
call the
relax.
floorman over here. Call the floorman. Serious.
Freddie,
No, I'm serious. Call the
relax.
floorman. Stop the game. Stop the game. No, stop the game. No, stop the game. I'm serious. No, this is bull.
He doesn't have $1 million, Freddie. I'm
I don't
kidding with
care.
you.
I don't care. This
Why
is bull.
not? I said I'm kidding.
No, because if you're serious, I want the floorman to check the camera.
You think I'm serious, Freddie?
You know?
You're acting like Bob right now.
No, listen, you
You're
can't.
acting like Bob
You
right
can't
now.
be. You can't be.
Quit trying to
You
show
can't
up
be
for
insulting
cameras.
me like that. That's an insult.
Freddie, I'm joking.
If you can't beat me, don't insult me like that on camera.
Freddie, relax.
You know, you or anybody.
Let's deal. Come on, let's go.
No, don't deal.
What do you mean no deal? He doesn't want to Andy. We got to play.
Bob, sit on the
Deal him
side.
out.
Sit right, Bob.
Freddie,
He
deal him
told
out.
you who said it. It's over.
Who said it?
It's over. I'm not going to
I
repeat
didn't
it.
say
He
it,
said it,
Freddie.
and it's over. Let's go.
Who said it? Call the floorman
You
over
know
there.
who said it, Freddie. He
Call
already
the floorman.
apologized to you.
Me?
You say you were sorry, and he said he was sorry. And I'm sorry, too.
I think
So what the do you want to hear?
I want the floorman to know what's going on.
Why don't we just play? There's only another hour.
Come on, we only got
Deal
30
with
minutes.
it. Even deal him out. The guy's losing $1 million.
Let's go. Who cares, Freddie?
In a minute.
Who cares?
Bob, I go to smoke a cigarette, and I come back, and they say
Just
to me,
make
how
sure
much
they
did you
don't
go
have it on
Southway?
TV, and that's all. It's over.
You know? But this is to be on camera anyway. When they try to, you know, accuse me of taking chips off the table. That's an insult. Joking is one thing.
This is the best part of the whole.
Joking is one thing. We can joke, we can talk.
I know they're going to
But
play this.
they can't insult my integrity about this stuff on TV and get away with it. So,
No, that's all right.
yeah. So I'm going to be off the TV too. All this,
I didn't say nothing.
you know?
You can show him the tape. You can be a judge.
I'll play any of you heads up for any amount of money you can borrow and get. All of you.
Why are you getting so...
Why? Because this is integrity, Danny.
A couple
Who
months ago,
questioned
before
your
he won a
integrity?
tournament, he wouldn't
Who
say
said
a
you
word.
Red Bull?
All of you when I came back.
We asked you if you did.
Yeah, why would you ask me?
Because we're joking. That's a joke.
That's not a joke, no. That's not something to joke about.
We can joke about Bob. We can joke about everybody else. We can't joke about you.
But not on that, not about stuff like this.
Because if you take it personal, why do you take it so personal?
Why?
Yeah, if somebody meant to do that,
You know why I
straight
take it
ahead.
personal? Because this is not something
You
to...
got to play this one now. I mean,
Because
you
you're
gotta
questioning my
flower.
integrity, that's
Me?
why.
Freddie, we all know
Whoever
who you
asked me.
are.
Whoever
Freddie, we
asked
all
me.
know who you are and what
Whoever
you're about.
asked me.
We all know
anybody
who you are and what you're about. Relax.
Known you for years. I never know.
Whoever asked me.
I'm gonna put 100 in my pocket here. They're going south. I don't care.
Grab a stack.
And you can say whatever you want about it.